Welcome back to Werewolf, the apocalypse. The end of everything is upon us. And it begins here, now, with this pack of werewolves. And because this is Werewolf the Apocalypse, expect monsters to destroy things. Possibly the things they hold dear. Who knows? Anything could happen around here, really. Who are the Hel Walker pack?
Howdy, my name's El Duende, pronouns any all, and I'm playing as Jake Strongfeld, aka True Strike, the Get Offenders All Rune.
Hey, I'm Jan. I'm playing Paul, aka Skitters and Shadows, aka Elliot, Otis, Elias Otis, the Ragabash, Thief, and Bornar.
Roger, I'm playing Milestone Speaker Lincoln, Glasswalker Galliard.
I'm Zest, and I'm playing a surfing Philodox.
And I'm Mikkel, and I'm the storyteller. I've never said that before, but I did it now. Words.
You
They're
broke
easy.
the routine. That's
Yeah.
bad luck.
It is bad luck.
And the world's gonna happen. Motherfucker, you broke the last seal.
Yes, I did. The dark one is about to emerge. That's
Wait,
so...
Darby, are you racist?
No, Wheel of
Yes.
Time. Wheel of Time invocation.
Yeah, right, Richard. Yeah, we know what you are.
What? The baddie in Wheel of Time is known as the Dark One.
Yes. It's also something we call the devil in our school club.
Yeah. That, I
Yeah,
guess.
totally. Anyway. I expected better from you, but anyway.
Last session, the Hel Walker pack regrouped in their motel room. It was a motel room session, largely, wasn't it?
What?
That sounds a bit weird out of context, doesn't it? It was the motel room session, not the shopping session, but the... Yeah.
It really was a little cover session, though.
Yeah. You are consolidating your findings concerning the Northwest National Laboratory, NNL. And yeah, we have a whole bunch of clues and information gathered around this place. It's a fortress heavily guarded in both the physical world and the Umbra. And you have the long history of the place, its connection to chemical leaks, past incident involving a traveling fair, which is not strictly speaking linked to the NNL in the minds of the citizens of Cedar Hollow, but it is in the minds of you guys because there seems to be a Jane Doe patient who went from the traveling fair into the NNL psychiatric studies department. However, an energy physics research lab has a psychiatric department, we don't know. There was a great deal of debate over strategy, and we talked about solo infiltrations, we talked about a full-scale assault of recruiting local werewolves for a coordinated strike, discussing the spiritual blight emanating from the facility, which should be cleansed. It's a more intense blight than the one at the house that Samuel Haight built. And then you met the local werewolf pack. It was a bit of an intense conversation at the start, and eventually things got smoothed over, and you were talking to them, and they were explaining how they didn't have much traction in working with the Red Talons. And yeah, they shared their extensive knowledge of the NNL. It began as a uranium refining plant in World War II, and now likely houses an experimental nuclear reactor, which is a turn. But the staff were mostly innocent humans, and as far as they know, and they've been making a routine of watching over this place and the blight, and even if this local pack isn't strong enough to actually get inside on their own, it's their routine to make sure that any and all humans who emerge from the place with a Bane riding them, which I'm sure has happened numerous times, get cleansed by the pack and the Bane gets dealt with. Yeah, you have so far decided that you should work together, though we don't exactly know the details of how to work together. And it is currently...
Wait, didn't we agree that Moths would get me in with the janitors?
Yeah, he talked about that, absolutely.
Just so I have to have that conversation again.
For sure, yeah, that's a piece of the puzzle. What everybody else is going to do has yet to be determined. It is 7 p.m. Thursday, February 20th, 1992, as these two werewolf packs are, I don't know, sharing pizzas in the motel room?
Yeah. After Jake finishes a piece of the pizza, he says, "Since we're attacking tonight, we should probably do a Rite of Rage."
No.
Yeah, True Strike brought out
Not
Moonbeam.
until we finished scouting, please.
Hold on. Out of character, it wasn't me that wanted to attack tonight. It was Buggy.
Yes, we know.
Yeah, it
doesn't
was
matter.
Buggy, yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Anyway.
We realized that.
I need to be calm if I'm going to infiltrate this place and undercover, okay? I can't have 5 rage. I'll murder somebody. So we're not doing any right of rage until we scout this place out from the inside at least once, okay?
Okay,
Please.
so we're back to square one.
No, we're not. Okay, Moths can get me in with the janitor, okay? And who here can use computers? Maybe get me onto the work order via technology. Is anybody here a good hacker?
Get a map of the place so that we can know where to attack.
Yeah, I can do that from the inside. I thought you guys would be able to get a map today, but apparently. But anyway,
I think we did have
so
we're stuff down.
between the tree, where there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, Ashen Crown, are you any good at hacking?
He just bows his head a little bit, and I'm afraid not.
Blue Ledger, what about you?
I know my way around the basics of computers. I can't say I'm an expert, though. She will respond.
Would you be good enough that you could get? This doesn't have to be, because I could also, if there, Moths actually, is there a janitor?
What about you? Storm Speaker, what about you?
Yeah, I was just going to ask, what's the actual plan here? You want somebody to go in with you and hack?
No, I'll
things?
go in myself, and I'll go in with the janitors so that I'm not breaking in completely. I'm getting past the initial security that way.
Jesus Christ, I thought we already discussed that we're going to attack tonight.
But we need to scout. Tonight is long, okay? It's only 7 o'clock.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Alright,
so we need to find where exactly she's located. And that won't take me that long. But okay, Moths, is there a janitor who resembles me that I could pretend to be, so we wouldn't need to do any hacking?
Oh, that is an excellent question, isn't it?
It's a simple yes or no question.
Resembles you. If there is one, Moths will know them because Moth has all the connections needed for that.
Heartwise can give them whatever $300, $400 not to go to work, and I can go to work as them. Once I'm past the security, I'll walk through until I find where she is. In, out, check it all about. There won't be any danger.
I'm sure we can find. I think I know a guy who looks close enough, he says.
Great. Okay. So Moths and I will go and get that started, and the rest of you can discuss what's going on after I come back with the information. Okay?
The only
Does-
one problem with this, Skitters, if I may,
Yeah.
says Moths. People around here know each other, so you know, you're gonna have to.
Oh, look, Austin, are you willing to give the whole shift of janitors a hundo to be quiet?
Austin just raised an eyebrow. When
It's
I
only
said,
money.
and then when I said that I wanted to be a patron of this pack, I didn't think I would be so early, but needs come, so I wouldn't mind.
If you're not willing to,
No,
I could, I guess, in the next 15 minutes, probably be back in town. Okay?
Yeah,
But it would have
let's
to be
not.
fast.
Let's not. So yes, I will try my best to fill that request. And if
Okay,
he's pinching
so I
this
guess-
person's nose,
Okay, I'll just tell the other janitors, or Moss can tell them that they'll be paid for not saying anything.
I can try. No guarantee that it'll work, he says. It's a lot of people for.
What did I say?
leadership.
Or, look, we're werewolves. The difficult we do straight away. The impossible takes a bit longer. Okay? Anything worth doing is worth. Anything worth achieving is worth overachieving. Okay? Aim for the stars. Aim for the moon and you hit the stars. Okay? Is this enough cliches? Can we get a positive attitude in this place, please?
you hooray? Question mark.
I'm positive that you need to get to it and quit yapping.
Moss,
Yeah.
Moss has the most forced smile you've ever seen on a person. And then he does a thumbs up.
Austin's gonna mirror that. A thumbs up. Not even a smile, just a deadpan thumbs up.
Because we've been talking, I know, for about an hour. I'm not a talker. I'm a doer. I'll be doing this and you guys can talk.
Alright.
Alright then, just
Now, for everyone else in the pack, would you like to perform the Rite of Rage?
we can perform the Rite of Rage as soon as Skitters comes back, because there's no point in having so much built up rage and doing nothing with it. Otherwise we're gonna go out of control and the tiniest thing. Now, the only thing that I do have
I'm
a
good.
question about.
As long as I can turn Queen, I'm satisfied. Then as soon as we are getting to a fight, we're going to start getting injured, and then the age will come.
Yeah, and I probably should. So there's one thing though. Once Skitters comes back, there is a way of getting in. There's from the information that we gather, so there's two ways. One, we go through where the trash area is. I believe it's on the east side, if I remember correctly, and we try to climb our way upwards. Hopefully, the security chains or anything that it's like that is not active enough for us to get hurt.
Objection. Can't we just get some wire cutters for the fence?
I'm pretty sure they'll create a silent alarm if they have one.
Also, it's electrified.
That's also there. You go. The second and probably more, I want to say safer, would be to grab a maintenance truck that delivers to the facility and head to the front gate. If these guards have not been witness to any Garou shenanigans, I might be able to convince them. If there's one.
Huh. I like the first plan a lot better than just going through the front door.
It is electrified though, so we'll have to find a way to either shut that down or... Rather, let me rephrase that. Skitters will have to find a way to shut that down, or we'll have to find a way to just jump through.
And you're talking about real world or Umbra?
We have to stick to the
Real
real
world.
world. There's
The
no
second
way.
we go to Umbra, we're dead.
There's no way in hell we can get into the Umbra. Not with this amount of people. From what you discussed, it's pretty terrible in there.
What about the possibility that we just all turn into lupus form and just run straight in through the gates and make them think it's just wild dogs?
No, I don't like that idea. How about instead we switch into lupus and dig under the fence?
possible, but it probably goes down at least 3-4 feet to security fence.
I think 4 or 5 werewolves digging under could probably dig far enough. I feel like we could do it.
It'll be the safest choice anyway. I need to be away from prying eyes.
What is that? Oh no, that's a spiritual gift, right? There was a burrow. Wasn't that a gift?
Yeah, I think that was a gift.
No, I'm thinking about Mutant Year Zero. I'm sorry.
It's
it's
like that in the book, but
power in Mutant Year Zero. But yeah, go ahead.
Also, that would give us something to do while Skitters is doing the infiltration.
yeah, and I will keep an eye on you, Skitters.
Yeah, actually, how precise is that? But you can sense both the emotional state of everybody in the pack, and was it the direction everybody's in or where they are? How fine-grained is it?
And he takes a moment to think about that for a second. As the real person's looking at that, hang on. Let's see. Okay. And then he takes a moment, he thinks of it for a second, and he opens his eyes and says, if I truly focus on a single one of you guys, I can pinpoint you guys within 10 kilometers. Give or take. I can tell how hurt you are, I can tell what your emotional spectrum is, I can basically read every single thing about you. And I can know where you are within 10 kilometers. So
Since the site itself is probably a kilometre across or less, it's not going to tell which building is it.
not unless I focus. I've had to focus on Skitters himself. So right now, I can sense all of you where you are, even if you were away from me for a bit. But if I truly focus on one of you, I can pinpoint exactly where you guys are.
Since we are
I think what he's trying to say is that the range is 10 kilometers. Like,
Yes.
the range is
the
10
range.
kilometers.
yes, thank you.
Okay, I'm not here, so that was out of character.
But
Oh,
that's
sorry. I
that
thought
means
you were
that
gone. Sorry.
that means that he can Heart of Ice can definitely track Skitters, at least those parameters. Since we're discussing the various powers of the various Garou here, your friend Sinclair, the Silver Fang, he does know Blood of the Pack, which means that everybody in the pack, his own pack, can share the fury of the members of the pack, so they can share each other's rage. He also has the gift, the Silver Compact, and can use that to receive protection from hostile spirits that would otherwise do him harm. Spirits and possessed entities would avoid attacking him if they can attack anyone else. So that means that he has some protection in the Umbra. And then Shadow Sight and Sight from Beyond for him. How are you doing there, Roger?
Yeah,
Okay, just coughed up some stomach acid.
Yeah, more details than we needed, sir.
You did ask him.
I did.
yeah.
You weren't like me politely ignoring it.
Cynthia has Spider's Song and can eavesdrop on any kind of long-distance verbal communication sent by airborne signal or through a wired connection. She must be aware that a conversation is happening to listen in on it, but she doesn't need to know the identities of the participants. She also can do Command the Gathering, Stare Down, and Oathbreaker's Bane. None of which are particularly useful at the moment because she is not binding anyone to an oath. Moths is the one who is more talking to spirits than the Silverfang does. Sight from Beyond. Streets tell stories. He can listen to any and all conversations occurring on a single street or alongside it. It's a bone gnore gift. And he also can do Ensnare Spirit and Shadow Sense. And Penumbral Senses, of course. The other two Garou of their pack are rookies, so they only have level 1 gifts. Yeah. It's not a big city, this. New York has, what, maybe 50 to 100 Garou altogether, and it's, what, 8 million people? This is 500,000 people, so you can't expect to have more than half a dozen Garou here.
As White Wolf couldn't do, man. That's what always made it hard to play anything in Cork City. You're like, so how many people? 250,000. That means you should have 1.5 werewolves.
Yep.
Oh, you can't even.
Although that's just like an average over the whole population. Whereas vampires need to spread out so they don't drink an area dry. There's actually no reason why 1,000 werewolves couldn't congregate in a moderately sized town, is there?
Not unless they were afraid of recreating the howling.
So, are we going to Skitters and his infiltration attempt?
Before we go, Austin's gonna ask the Garou that are local here. He's gonna ask, "Are you sure you want to do this with us? This isn't your fight."
That's going to be a moment of quiet from the others here, but Blue Ledger is doing the most of the talking for this group, and she is going to say that you might have been tasked with a particular mission on behalf of the Valkenburg Foundation. We haven't. But this is all in the service of Gaia, isn't it? I think it would be dishonorable for us to not try to help you as best as we can. If you do something that brings trouble to our kinfolk here in town, or to things around here, if you go in there recklessly and destroy things that spread the worm rather than contain it, we will not be very happy. But you are the Hel Walker pack. Your reputation precedes you. You have dealt with things in New York and Wyoming and elsewhere, as far as we hear from the moots, the stories about you. I'm willing to give you all the benefit of the doubt.
I appreciate the try.
Yeah.
I guess let's boogie on out of here.
Is that famous last words for her?
I don't know. That's between her and fate. We have the control of fate.
Definitely have control of everything, right?
Exactly.
So do we want to head out and start work on the tunnel?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, let's head out.
Great escape music plays.
Okay, we're gonna head out and start working on a tunnel, apparently. We do have Skitters, who is slightly ahead of everyone else, because he does skitter some, and he wants to get in there and do his thing, doesn't he? Moth is with him, isn't he?
Yeah,
because
Moth's my connect.
Exactly. Sorry. I need to mark his token properly so he doesn't key as hostile to you. He's friendly-ish, isn't he?
They kind of
I
got off
don't
the
know.
wrong
At this moment, he's somewhere between useful and annoying.
Much like every other Garou in the world, then. Possibly.
And we've also considered one of the new people has the ability to listen into radio messages. Yeah.
Yep.
How does that work? If you turn that on, how long does it stay on for?
That works like... Where'd that one go? Oh, there we are. Sorry. So, yeah, Spider Song. It is one scene. You roll Resolve Wisdom, with the number of successes indicating how much of the conversation they managed to catch. A single success is a few scattered words. 5 or more, or critical win, allows the user to hear every word and possibly even identify who's on the other end of the exchange. For conversations via landlines, the werewolf must place their ear against a telephone wire or cord. To listen in on a cell phone discussion, they need only to see one of the devices being used. Any encryption increases the difficulty by 1 or more. This gift can also be used in homid form. I don't know why that's added at the end there, but yeah, that's that is what it says.
That seems like a decent thing to have going constantly during this operation, because radio traffic, maybe the first warning we get, that they're catching on that something's wrong.
Yeah, the trick here is, so it costs a willpower to activate it. The trick here is she needs to see the person who, if she's doing radio traffic, like she could be watching from far away and listening to guards who are doing patrol around the perimeter of this compound. If she can see them talking into a radio, she can tap into that. But if someone is on a phone line inside the compound and talking to someone else inside the compound via phone, she's not going to be able to tap into that because that's an internal line, right? So what she could intercept would be someone inside the compound calling outside the compound, because telephone wires are, it's 1992, it's not going to be that sophisticated. They don't have wireless here necessarily. Though I imagine there might, I don't know that satellite phones were a thing yet in 1992. There might be some as well from inside here going into, because you'd see the wiring, like the telephone pole stretching from this place to Cedar Hollow, obviously. So those can be intercepted, and any guard on the outside that she can see can be intercepted. Anything else cannot. So the moment Skitters disappears into a building, you won't be able to intercept what guards inside the building are talking to other people about, if they would ever discover him. So that would be the limit of that particular.
So that is limited. So it's something to remember anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
We can get the tunnel going, though.
That makes sense, doesn't it? All right.
Yep.
What side of the compound are we talking about here?
This one. This side.
Ah, we're going to go to this side. Okay.
Unless anyone objects.
Unless anyone objects.
We can give it a try.
At least this way the map is drawn, they haven't cleared the underbrush from around the fencing, which gives us cover to do it.
I'm thinking how long it might take to dig your way through. And we also
Definitely
have...
will be switching to lupus for this one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Plus Miles has gnaw, so if we hit something solid, he can chew through it.
Yes, he does!
Man, the idea of this big buff guy just gnawing through metal pipes is the funniest shit to me.
Yeah, I was actually considering that, but you can't do it by the rules in hominid or glabro. You have to be...
Oh, that sucks. That's so fucked. I'm so mad about that.
I feel like name change will be coming for Miles soon to something like...
He's always Stormspeaker, man. It's still badass.
I feel like he could be bites everything.
Gnaws through all.
That'd be good.
Gnaws through all.
I still
Bone,
think Bane is pretty good.
not bone
Bite
gnor,
everything.
steel gnor.
Bites everything, just really makes him sound like a messed up lost cub.
Well,
Use it for a little chat.
bites through everything, or bites through steel, or something.
For the world.
Or, yeah.
That's a word, like through the world.
Chew the worm, yes. Choose the worm. That's a good werewolf name, absolutely.
When
All right. Meanwhile, while we're talking about audience, feel free to have ideas about what Mild Store Speaker's new Garou name should be. Choose something, right? That chewing on anyway. How about we go for Skitters, trying to get inside this place. Moths is going to... Let's see now. You wanted to have a guy who looks like you, right?
Yeah, that I could maybe disguise myself to look like.
He knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy, perhaps.
That's too many guys.
He knows a guy who knows a guy.
Okay, that's
Let's see now. I'm gonna roll a d10 here and see if the guy who looks like you is currently on shift or is gonna go on shift afterwards, because this is a little bit spur of the moment, so you need some luck here for various things. Let's see how lucky we are today. Okay, we're extremely lucky today, aren't we?
Doesn't want to be here tonight. He has some other shit planned.
Yeah, he is scheduled to go. He's scheduled to be here for the night shift, but you can intercept him before that, because apparently he's currently in Cedar Hollows.
Okay, so...
Because I rolled a 10.
I talk to this dude, and I tell him, I don't know, I tell him I'm a professional thief, and that I'm scoping this place out, and that I'm willing to give him, I'll give him 100 just to not go to let me go to work in this place.
Okay, let's go. So Moth is going to set you up with a meeting here, right? And that's going to take a little while because, let's face it, things take a while to get together. But yeah, you're going to meet up with him in downtown Cedar Hollows at the local, I don't know, Starbucks, coffee shop, something like that. Did Starbucks exist in 1992? I have no idea.
Maybe here in Portland, but in Oregon, but probably not really, like, it can be just a hole in the wall kind of place.
Northwestern United States has a big coffee scene, so it could just be a local coffee shop.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, yeah, Moths and yourself will meet this guy, and he's there, and... Hey, how are you doing? What are we calling this guy? We're calling him...
Paul.
I was going with Paul, but Paulie sounds so New Yorky somehow, or New Jersey.
Paul.
We're calling him Jimmy. There we go. Jimmy.
Short for Paul.
Short for Paul. Exactly. Hey, Jimmy, how you doing, my man? How you doing? There, yeah, just wanted to introduce you to a new pal of mine. Does he know your human name now, Moths?
Not via me telling him what it was, no.
This is a buddy of mine, and he's just not gonna introduce you. He's just gonna assume that you're gonna introduce yourself somehow.
Hey, James, may I call you James? My name is Lawrence Talbot, and I'm a investigative journalist working for Time magazine. Have you heard of Time magazine, James? And I would like to give you $100 US not to go to work tonight and let me go in your place.
Well, let's see. Charisma persuasion. This is not going to be entirely easy. You thought it would be easy.
If he says no, I'm going to stab him in the throat. So, you know.
In front of Moths? Okay, that's an interesting turn. I'm going to say it's going to be
Why don't you stab him in what?
challenging. 4 successes, please.
4 successes.
Because you're giving him money, that lowers it from 5 successes.
Okay. If I was willing to offer up more of Austin's money, would it be easier?
Yes, it would be.
Okay. So if he says no, I'm just going to put up a price. Okay, I'll say 2 Benjamins or whatever. We can get some negotiation going.
Because, yeah. What are you talking about? I could lose my job over a thing like this, man.
How many successes did you say I needed?
I wanted one more.
One more. Let's reroll. This is why I didn't want too much rage.
Oh,
No.
Wait, where's
Okay, is that enough that if I can, like, offer more money to lower the difficulty?
Yeah, it is. Do you have the money on you? Yeah, you have the money
I
on
would-
you.
I can get it very quickly.
You can.
Thank
You
God I
can
got no
indeed.
profit.
Yeah, he's gonna haggle with you and settle for 1,000 instead. Man, I'm putting my life on the line, my job on the line here, man. If I lose my job, what the hell am I gonna do?
Also,
And-
you know, a potential charge of treason, depending on how this
Also, a potential charge of treason and a lifetime in a federal penitentiary. Yes, all of this is true.
It's a sacrifice for journalism and free speech. And what's more American than free speech?
Dude, he's looking at you like, dude, I don't know, I don't care what you're doing this for. It could be the loftiest goal. It's still my ass inside a federal jail, my man.
Maybe you're not going to jail. Don't worry about it. Thanks for your help. And remember, stay out of sight, okay? Don't answer any phone calls or stuff like that. You're at work.
Alright, I'll do it.
Okay, and I guess... What does this dude look like?
Close enough to you.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
going to... Would it be subterfuge to try to look like him, or...
Yeah, subterfuge will work out, absolutely.
I'll roll out kind
Subterfuge.
of a dexterity subterfuge.
Yes,
like-
to do a masking
Maybe
job
like
here.
cut my hair to look like his, or my wig, or whatever.
Yep. So,
Oh,
4 successes. Okay, yeah, that's gonna work at a glance, at the very least.
Okay, and then I guess I'll ask Moths if he's willing to. Does he know the other guys that he's willing to introduce me to them and tell them to look the other way, not to say, oh, that's not you, the guy we no, that's not you, the other guys on the ship.
I know a bunch of them, yeah.
Okay, so come on, so let's do this. Remember, we're doing this via momentum and vibes, okay? Like being lackadaisical and being like, oh, maybe. That's not going to help us, okay? We need positive vibes and momentum, and just do it before we even think about it, okay?
I'm fascinated by your process, says Moths.
Okay, truth be told, okay, if I was actually robbing this place, I'd probably take 6 months scoping it out, and I know everybody's schedule, and I'd have the plans, and I'd have inside men, and etc., and everything would be done procedurally and through very carefully. But this is a deep fried robbery or a robbery express, so we have to just roll with the punches and just do it like.
Deep fried robbery, Moth says, just repeating the words and tasting them in his mouth. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Deep fried robbery. It sounds like a thing, yeah.
The guy who trained me how to burgle would be really ashamed of me right now.
Maybe. Yeah.
No, prevention, right?
I think we're gonna need to talk to maybe a dozen people, because the guards, at least some of them know him, right? And the other janitors also
I
know.
was thinking like, that's too many people.
What do you
I
expect?
guess we'll have to
It's a heavily staffed place, says Moth.
Okay.
You think if
Change
it
the
was
plan.
easy
I'm
to
just
walk
gonna
in
try to
there?
blow faster as him, because that's too many people to bring in. If it was just the other janitors and I was going in with them, that'd be one thing. But trusting 12 guys, that's way too many people to trust. We're gonna have to.
Yeah, and I'd have to
I'm
track
gonna
them
have to
all
bluff it.
down and everything. It
Yeah,
takes a moment.
so I'm just gonna have to bluff through the guards and see what happens. Hel, do you want to come with me and maybe see if I get in or if I get horribly murdered?
He's gonna glance this way and that way. I'm not I'm not the infiltration kind of guy. I might hamper your style.
Okay, go back. And go back so and tell that I'm infiltrating, okay? Thanks for your help, Master. Remember, positive attitude brings positive results. And,
Yeah.
And to do something crazy, you must be crazy.
At least we got the crazy part down all right, he says.
Yeah.
Good luck, Skitters. Gonna need it.
Yeah. Fortune favors the prepared mind, and we're not prepared at all, so we are fucked.
I was petting my stupid ass, evil ass dog who pissed on my pillow.
Things we don't want to know about.
Yeah, or 200, Alex.
Exactly. Since everybody else is going lupus here, I guess we're going lupus with Buggy as well. Where did you want the rest of the pack? Since the rest of the pack here, Moths is not here at the moment. But we have Blue Ledger, you have the Silver Fang, you have the others.
I figured Blue Ledger was just off in the distance with binoculars. Unless...
That makes sense. It can be that. It can be that.
Maybe a thing of popcorn for when it inevitably goes horribly wrong.
Maybe, yeah, that's a possibility.
He's like thinking to himself, those fucking idiots are gonna get themselves killed.
At least we go to the Umbra.
I'm protecting my thoughts.
What was that?
To get a sense of scale of this place, how long would it take us in lupus form to run from one side to the other of the entire complex?
Alright, it's an excellent question, isn't it? The sense of scale, I think, comes from maybe the buildings here. Like, this is the guard shack over here. So...
Like, how many miles from here?
No, it's not miles. It's not miles. I would estimate it to be... Because, of course, they didn't include a scale in the actual... But...
It's a combined question of, like, how big is this place and how fast do wolves actually run?
Yeah, but I'd say it's maybe a couple of 100 meters across, something like that. A quarter mile, something like that. It has a thumbprint in the nature, but it's not a mile long. Alright, so are we going here, people wanting to avoid the wilding north here? So I'm taking we're going on the southern stretch instead and going across the road that way, and then we're gonna start digging.
Actually, we should be taking the eastern stretch, since this is south, that's north, this is west.
Just as a reference point here, the regional map. So this would be the north, and the swamp crawls up towards the edge of the compound almost. And this, so yeah, this is slightly more, the north side of the compound is slightly more covered because of the swamp and the undergrowth. But it brings you closer to that place and the blight and everything, whereas the southern is just plains, which is tall grasses and farmlands, and yeah, that will bring you to the east side there.
Now we're going to do the digging, which will mostly be done with claws, presumably. Since Jake's got all those insane fighting abilities, would any of that cross over and let him dig really fast?
What was that?
I do have a specialty in claws, the claw fighting.
I think this is going to be intense. It's going to be an extended job. And we're gonna need a bunch of success to get through. But first of all, you're all getting there to start the work, right? Have we decided on a north or south side, first of all? Just for reference! For no other reason!
I thought since there's covered with the trees and the highway's south, it would make more sense just to walk through in real world through the north where the trees would block us from being seen, then head east. Basically, like, we start here. Get that? That makes sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Absolutely. Since you chose that way, you all die. Wait, what?
It's fine. I wanted to make the character anyway.
That's.
Wait, really?
No,
Okay, thank God.
we're all making jokes here. Because it was funny where.
You did say, and everybody died, so it's like, that's fine. We can make
Exactly.
Don't worry, I do have a talon in the stew, just in case.
That won't go poorly at all.
What's it to do? I'm just needing to have a look here at my. Oh, okay, great. We will have you going through. All right, you're going through the north side there. So I'm gonna say that since you're, the other pack can give you a ride in one of their vehicles if needed, and just drive past this place and dump you. On, we don't have to make it harder than that, unless you want to walk, of course. Why am I asking these simple questions that have obvious answers?
Oh, yeah. You want to do that, boss? Just drive on the highway?
Yeah.
I mean, who's going to question the
Nobody's going to question that.
Pop, like, pulls us over, sees 4 dogs in the back seat.
They're not going to pull you over. They'll give you a ride and then go put the car somewhere on the side of the road, maybe a mile or half a mile away from the compound. They can always pretend to need to change a tire or something. Nobody's going to mind. And yeah, you're going to return to the site here and start digging.
Alright, I have a question.
Yeah.
Could I use stamina brawl with my specialty in claw strike?
This isn't brawl though. I think it's
Like,
going to be
claws?
stamina. I'm fine with stamina, but I think athletics is a more appropriate pool for this.
The elites, they don't want you to do the
funny chicks.
No, we're evil that way. That is what we are.
That's how this is going to work out.
We're gonna accumulate successes over time.
Oh,
Well, that's a good start. That's a good start. How are we tunneling this? We're not. This is like anyone seen The Great Escape with Tom, Dick, and Harry?
Yeah, like that, yeah.
The opposite
You
of
guys were in a town, with shovel and stuff, if you were playing a town.
But tunneling with shovels and pickaxe is much more obvious than digging as a wolf pack somewhere, a little bit further away.
Like 4 wolves digging, they're gonna be like, oh, that's cool, and then move on. They see 4 guys with pickaxes, they're gonna be like, freeze!
How long do you want to make this tunnel? How long do you want to make this tunnel?
What time is it?
When you start, it's going to be about 8-ish in the evening.
I feel like we could do it. If we lock in, I feel like we could do it within 3 or 4 hours. I
I
believe
want
that's
to make it a size-wise.
One initial difficulty that you're going to notice as you start digging is that it is, in fact, February. Which means that the ground is frozen pretty solid. It's not permanent frost down here, I don't think, because, let's face it, everything here is further south than Canada, and permafrost is something that Canada has, but not necessarily the US. Unless you're in Alaska, of course. So you don't have permafrost here. But it's still going to be less malleable dirt than it would have been in, say, August. So that's going to set up a little bit of a problem. But how many of you are digging here? Let's go. This is... You are starting to dig, Jake, and you're doing really well. since I have
Just
said that
do a
stamina
check.
athletics is allowed, I'm gonna roll for Buggy as well, because she has surprisingly good stamina athletics. But I roll pretty terribly. I can add some willpower here.
Oh,
That's much better. All right.
Successes, that's good.
So,
nice success.
yeah, we now have Heart of Ice and Store Speaker left. Do you want to try to dig here?
I could try.
You can try.
That's it. So, let's see. Athletics and I'm gonna. Oh, this is gonna go fucking terrible. Alright.
So many red dice on my screen.
No.
We have 4 plus 9. That's 13. That's a lot of successes. So we're gonna have outside the compound here, which you can see the intense barbed wires. The guard towers are on the other side, and you can see probably a Jeep, really, because 1992, so it's the era before Humvees. But they've probably bought themselves a surplus Jeep and are driving around the compound in it. Every once in a while, the headlights are going to sweep over you as you're digging. And it's a good pile because all of you are working at it at once. Needless to say, the guards, are they going to see you or ignore you? Or
I'm guessing what we're
see
presumably
you
doing
and
is
ignore you? Or what was that?
I'm presuming that we're doing this in a part of the fence that's a bit more covered in debris, so that it's harder for them to see us and our pile.
That makes sense. I'm gonna roll their wits and awareness anyway, and then we'll see how many successes they get. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easy for them at all, but you never know. They might be on the ball. With 6 successes, I think they are on the ball. Now the question is, are they going to react to a bunch of wolves who are... You can't be that far away from the barbed wire, the walls, the fencing, because each extra yard you add to your work will add more your successes that you need to actually get through. Tom, Dick, and Harry in our Great Escape reference here took months to build in that prison camp.
But they were going for 80 meters or something.
Yeah, they were going for a lot. It was 100 yards, something like that. So it was a very ambitious project, and it was still only big enough for a single person to crawl through. Though they built it with rails and everything, so they were very
Industrious?
very industrious, very much engineering going on there. You don't have access to support materials. You don't have access to any of the type of tools here. So I'm not anticipating it's going to be a very fancy tunnel. But wolves dig in to get their dens and everything like that. They're not strangers to digging. So you have... How far away from the fencing do you want to make this? Just so I can calibrate the successes needed properly. The closer you get to the fencing, the fewer successes you need. But the more likely the guards are to notice a bunch of wolves digging outside the fence and possibly react to them.
It seems like, even though it would take significantly longer, either 30 to 40 feet, maybe.
Okay.
Unless anyone objects.
We probably should keep a low profile.
I would say whatever the closest we can get is that has some sort of bush.
Yeah, like, basically we start near the trees. Like, basically, I'm guessing that if you move a little bit, there's like a tree cover. I'm guessing we start, like, at the edge of the tree cover, basically. Or something like that. Or near the edge of the trees. And hopefully, are we smart enough as a group to realize that we should probably spread out the dirt to make sure that there isn't, like, a massive pile that's very visible?
You have 3 wits? Yes. So does Miles.
So yeah, we try and spread out the pile so it's less
And Buggy has
noticeable.
4 wits, so she will definitely notice that. Let's see if the guards are assholes or not. They are not assholes. So far, you have rolled really well. I have rolled really well for you on your luck checks. The Jeep will... The headlights will definitely sweep over you, but the Jeep doesn't stop. It just ignores you completely because you're a bunch of dumb animals digging a hole outside the fence.
I like
It's
to
not
think that
something
since he
that-
was a 10, that he was like, oh, cool, a wolf. Anyway.
All right.
Like,
What was that?
Never mind.
Okay. Meanwhile, while you're doing all that, Skitters is coming up to the guard shack here with his fancy new clothes,
Okay, I know.
which are not fancy
Put
at
on
all.
like
but-
keep my head down and just like pass the guy's ID.
Yep. All right. Yeah, you have an employee identification card, of course, and you're gonna show it to them. And you had 4 successes on your disguise there, so they're gonna be like, "Oh, hey, Jim. How are you?"
I'll just like give a thumbs up. So, you know, or just grunt like, oh, but don't say anything. Is what
Yep,
I-
yep.
what I-
You're like,
And
wait a minute.
they
Jim's
will
Polish, not Irish.
exactly, and they will buzz you through actually. So you are now on the inside of the compound.
In this world, thing comes in the bank, large amounts.
Exactly.
Okay. Is there like a place, looking around here, is there like a place where I get my like mops and stuff?
Yes. Each building has its own. Jimmy would have been able to tell you this. Yeah, I'm assigned to building something, and you'll find the mops over there.
I'll look around and see if I can see the psychiatric place.
Let's see now. I'm rolling a die. Okay, that building. Oh yeah, everything's gonna be fine. Just fine. That's what it's gonna be.
Oh, this building?
We're gonna die, explode.
Is it the worst option? At least since we're here, digging here, it's gonna be like a straightaway, pretty much.
No, it's gonna be this building that you are assigned to.
Oh, we're
Which
gonna
one,
die.
sorry? Can everybody except the kid be quiet? Which?
This
Just
one,
a second,
right
this
here.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just start lackadaisically making my way over there. And not lackadaisically, that's the wrong word. Casually.
Casually, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna see some guards. They're working their patrol, and you'll probably see 1 or 2 other people, but there isn't a whole lot of people outdoors here. And I don't think anybody's paying a whole lot of attention to you as you're going up to this particular building here, which is good news. You will need to show yourself to the camera, as it were, and hold up your employee card to get buzzed through.
Okay, I do that, so.
Very well. Yep, they're gonna buzz you through.
Okay. I'll walk into this building, so.
It says backup generator house. Power conditioning and backup generator house.
I thought I was going to the psychiatric place, no?
Yeah, but
that's
that's
where-
this is where you asked where Jimmy was stationed tonight. So this is where Jimmy is stationed tonight.
Okay, sorry. That was a miscommunication.
Okay, you're walking around and trying to find the Center for Psychiatric Studies. That's what we're doing.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's over here.
Okay. It's good that
you'll
I went
find-
there. I went in there just, and then let's just say I went in there just in case somebody was watching me, and then I went out again sneakily.
Sneakily.
Yeah. Or
How do we get
stealthily.
this sneakily when every place is... You have to be buzzed in and out in every place.
I know. Just like whatever.
I know I'm
Okay,
annoying,
I-
but I'm just saying about the level of security here. You can still just, I guess you're just holding up the card again, but they will know that you have gone in and out.
Yeah. But so the idea is that so that the guy, if somebody was watching me walk from the guardhouse to that building, they would have seen that I went into my building.
Yep.
That's what I mean.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. So this building, right? So obviously I don't really have permission to be in there.
You do not.
So I'm gonna scan around on the outside to see if there's any windows or vents or.
I am going to put down the
chimneys.
label for, yeah, that makes sense, for this area, so we can update our map accordingly. Because we have found out something new about this place. Alright, yeah, you will do a loop around the building entrances and windows. And let's see. Why don't we have... You have all the larceny, and you have trainings and break-ins and everything. You will be able to tell that every single window here and the doors as well have alarms. So, yeah, breaking in through these places is going to be not impossible, but it is going to be the hardest job you've ever done.
Can I use my larceny to disable the alarm from cut the wire or whatever?
That would be part of breaking in, wouldn't it? So,
yes.
I say the break-in here will be, let's put it to 7 successes.
7?
Yeah,
Ouch.
it's the hardest I can go, and I don't think there is any place. There might be some other place in the world that has tighter security than this, but it's the hardest security you've ever seen, including most banks.
Okay, if it's 7, I can gauge from my skill that it's that hard.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely. You can definitely
Maybe
gauge
it's
that.
worth chancing my arm and trying to get in via Janitor and try to bluff at some story about how I'm covering for the guy that should be here or something. So I'll just try to go in with my ID like I would my building.
Very good. You are trying to bluff them. That is going to be a subterfuge charisma check, I believe.
Okay.
And
I have 1, 2, 3.
it's still going to be a lot of successes needed because I think
They never have people covering.
you don't know their internal processes here. So
No, because literally
Skitters.
I got here yesterday. I didn't
Yeah,
have
I know.
time to-
And okay, wits. I can allow you to do this because you're doing the scouting and everything. We have wits and larceny together is 7 dice for you. Take it half, that would be 3 successes. They gotta have, given how tight the security is around here, Skitters, I think it's not going to be hard for you to draw the conclusion that they will have protocols for if someone is filling in. They probably have to call in ahead of time and say, I'm filling in, so they can update their ledgers and everything. Because they are checking your badge against their own documents inside to see that the right person is in the right place at the right time. So you're signing in and you're signing out here. Everyone is signing in and signing out all the time. So it's very rigorous in that way.
Okay, so it is time to be a werewolf, as they say. I'm going to go into Glabro and just for the 2 decks and try to dex larceny through one of the windows.
Very well.
Because he who dares wins, or something.
Indeed.
You've never heard that?
I have.
So this is 10 dice. This is...
Yep. When you can't even take
Oh,
half.
am I
because
breaking specialty actually here? Because I am breaking in.
You are breaking in, absolutely.
I'm breaking in. Oh my god, that roll.
You need
was
2 more. 2 more.
Oh no. Oh,
It can still happen. It can still happen.
Yes!
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Skitter's
Oh my God.
legendary. Like, if he could get more wisdom, But, yeah, he can. Okay, this is gonna be...
Wait, isn't it glorious too?
No, Glory is strictly about fighting things. It might be honorable, though. But I think it's
This was
wisdom. I think it's wisdom, this one.
You're getting the extra XP at the end of this session. Holy
Absolutely.
Shit,
That was so clutch. Okay. See, I know Generation Z speech as well. Or is that like millennial speech? I don't know.
Why are you asking me? I'm 1982.
What's millennial? Isn't that early millennial?
Wait,
Anyway.
XP?
Yeah.
No, clutch.
That's it.
Oh, clutch? Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, over by a fence, you have accumulated 13 successes, which is enough to get you down and into the ground quite a while. Each wolf, there's going to be just dirt scattered all over the plains here, and you have dug a hole that is, I don't know how deep, a few feet deep probably, enough to make it not collapse in on yourselves. I'm not a mining technician. I don't know how the physics of this works, but you had 13 successes. You're almost done. We need some more. Let's go.
Alright. I'll look at my thing. Athletic stamina. What?
That was
Sure.
not very impressive.
Oh.
Also not very impressive.
I mean, we're almost done, so hopefully the remaining two can lock the fuck in.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I love it! I love it!
It's a brutal outcome, I'm afraid. And that is an automatic fail. You know what? I'm gonna be a heartless man. Because of that brutal outcome. So, you make it almost all the way through. And then the tunnel collapses on top of everyone because of Austin's brutal outcome. And you're all buried in dirt.
Oh, shit. I guess we have to keep digging now.
This is
Everybody's
really,
gonna go
really
like-
brutal, considering the ground was frozen. How badly did he screw up?
He pulled out the wrong rock, and it made everything else just rumble and collapse on top of you. You're all gonna be absolutely squeezed by Mother Earth's embrace. Gaia is welcoming welcoming all of you to her great, wonderful hug, as it were. You're all getting hugged by the dirt.
And I say, I don't plan on staying in dirt just yet. Keep digging.
And as you say that, you get dirt in your mouth. Yep. That is how that works. Yeah.
Just sort of link to another question. What happens if we try to turn into Krynos in a space that won't fit a Krynos?
You either get squished by the space or you push the space away from yourself. It really depends on the space, I think. So, let's see. I'm gonna have everybody takes 1 superficial point of damage from being squished. It would have been more, but you're Garou, so it's halved because you be like that. And now you are buried alive part. You can't breathe freely. And you will have to succeed with stamina resolve tests here, or panic, or take... Basically, you're being strangled by Mother Earth. But we'll get back to you guys. Oh, here we go. I want one more success, Jake.
I'll power reroll it. I'm simply that goated.
You are! Look at us go.
And then
Jake is okay, just wriggling off enough room there to be able to breathe, probably. So does Buggy and Miles, apparently.
Yeah, Austin is having a full-on panic attack, it seems.
Yep. I'm gonna say that Austin will, have a full-on panic attack. Heart of Ice. I'm gonna give you 2 points of superficial willpower damage as you're trying to get yourself some breathing in here. And you know what? This is a fox frenzy, isn't it? Our first fox frenzy since like the second session of the campaign or something like that. Austin will have a panic attack and try to dig himself out the other way. Or something like that. Where is he? In which order is he? He is number... He's number 2. He's right after you, True Strike. He doesn't know where he's going. How might this panic attack look like, Austin?
He will begin to dig side to side as he's desperately trying to dig out.
Yeah.
He can't say anything, and his breathing's a little heavier. But he's trying to dig himself out any way he can.
Yeah, and obviously failing at it horribly.
Who was that?
No idea.
I heard someone. Does anyone
Don't
pass
worry about it.
the rest of the class?
No, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Alright.
Meanwhile, Skitters, you have gotten yourself in through a window.
I'm going to do a rage check to turn on Brother Milky Eyes. Since I'm probably
That makes
somewhere
sense.
Where I shouldn't be.
You're definitely somewhere where you shouldn't be. It's not entirely bad to lose some rage at this stage, isn't it? You might not
Yeah,
want to
maybe.
lose any more
Okay,
of those.
and I'm going to try to look for any clues to where their patients could be, or any doctors, or I'll try to avoid people, but look for like where the offices be or whatever, or either the offices or where they keep people.
That makes sense. All right, let's see. You are not going through the main door, so...
No, I just jumped in through a window.
Yeah. I guess you were actually getting into an office, in fact. Which one? Oh no, that one.
Wait. What do you mean that one?
Yeah, it's an office with... It's very nondescript as far as Skitters. You've seen offices before, hundreds of them, and this one looks very much like all the others. It's a desk, a desktop computer, phone, walls with bookshelves, cabinets with whatever documentation they need here. You know what? I think there's also a typewriter in here, an electric typewriter, because... It's 1992. We haven't done a complete switch over to computers yet. And there's a large aerial photograph of this area here, of this region here with the Cedar Hollow and everything on one wall. And that's about it, what you can see in there.
Okay, I'm gonna look to see if I can see whose office this is. Does it say? Is there any letters? Or like a diploma, or a picture of his wife and family, or husband and family.
Oh, absolutely. This is the office of one Dr. Rolf Hergmann, which happens to be the same name as the very person who contacted Miss Valkenburg's kin.
Okay, is the computer on? Or can I turn it on? Like,
It is not
is
on
there-
right now.
okay, let's put it up and see if, just check if there's a password or anything like that. Maybe I'll be lucky and there isn't.
There is definitely a password.
Okay, damn it. I guess I could look around, do some, maybe he's got it written somewhere in, or something.
Does he have it written somewhere? Wouldn't that be great? He's instructed to not have. Apparently, this is where your luck ran out. He does not have it written down somewhere.
Okay. Then I'm going to sneak out.
This place is probably full of all sorts of booby traps. Turn the keyboard over, and there's a post-it stuck on the underside with what looks like a password written on it. You try and use it, and it actually trips a silent alarm in security or something.
Probably.
There is
No.
paranoia,
Okay.
and there's total paranoia. We love it.
I'm gonna try to sneak out of this room and try to see if I can. Maybe with how security conscious these guys are, maybe they have a fire plan that kind of identifies each room. So that I can
that would make sense.
I can locate where
given
the
security
patients
here.
would be held.
Let's see, we are talking about... We are getting ourselves into... Oh, there we are. Not that way. There we have it. Look at this wonderful shiny place. You can't see it yet, but it's there, I promise. Just opening the door ever so slightly to look into the hallway, which is very brightly lit, but you will also notice that the reception is, in fact, not... It's going to be manned by someone. Even at this hour, though that someone is reading a magazine. Because you have all the stealth skills, they are not noticing you at the moment. You did have to unlock the door, but you did it from inside the office. I doubt that it has triggered any alarms yet.
Okay, so can I try to look for a floor fan, or do I have to murder this dude so that he tells me where everything is?
You can look for a floor plan, absolutely.
Okay.
It's going to have this level on it, and most of it is going to be like office spaces.
So it doesn't say.
Evil Axe Werewolf Room.
Yeah, or-
No, it does not say
Hey.
Lost Werewolf Room.
Oh, and does it say from here? Am I on the bottom floor and there's no basement, or is there a basement and a floor above me?
There's definitely a basement and a floor. Yeah, there's definitely a basement.
Okay, let's check out the basement first, because evil stuff always happens in basements.
True, yeah.
I'm just checking my notes here for a moment.
Does it say if Janitor does this, kill him?
Exactly. That is what it says.
Fair enough. I'll just have to re-roll a new character.
That's-
Oh, Junior.
Paul Jr. While I'm thinking about this, what's going on with our friends outside?
By the way, does us all take damage to give us a point of rage?
You know what? It does.
But yeah. Well, god damn it, Skitters.
Er,
Hey, no, that's good. God
Take
damn
a pair to range for me.
It's always
it's
done so much shit that it's instinctual to say Skitters!
I'm taking. No, I don't really want to take a. I take it like a mental point of rage.
that makes sense.
You weren't here, you didn't take the damage.
No.
You just felt your contempt from across the compound.
Yeah, it kind of like. Anyway, okay.
Okay, Jake is trying to dig here. It's going great, Jake. It's going great. I'm gonna roll for runs to fire, obviously. And because someone right now is in a fox frenzy, I am not even going to let Heart of Ice roll this time. Two
was that?
successes is terrible.
That was a private roll.
Oh, was it a private roll? Look at that. It's not a private roll anymore.
I wouldn't push it. I would just... If I were to push it, I'd only push the green because if we get another thing, the tunnel might get even worse.
Yeah. Miles, how are you doing there?
Get digging.
This is gonna soak 3 rage dice.
Alright, that's fine. We're making good progress. Was that enough?
I guess as Miles is like coughing up the dust and still digging, we're just like saying, if we die doing this, remember I just wanted to fight the slug. And just in case it becomes relevant, I see that there was 2 guard towers, the north and the south. Which one is the slug actually attached to?
From here, you can't really tell.
We saw it before, didn't we? So.
Oh, you did, yes. It would have been the north.
Got a bad feeling that may become relevant.
Maybe. So, how many successes do we have in total here? We have 4 successes. That's not quite enough. So we're going to need to do another stamina resolve check for everyone. Let's go!
Wait, hold on. Couldn't Buggy push the 1 green die she has, but only the 1 green die? Would that be enough?
She could do that. Maybe. Even if she pushes the red die... she has Wang Fangs already. But it's only a 1 in 10 that she actually rolls.
No, don't gamble! If you fucking do that, you're fucking Mikhail!
I can't.
You're gonna get her passes killed!
Yes, absolutely.
Jesus.
Okay, how lucky are we here? How lucky are we?
Oh no.
Why did you gamble, though?
What do you mean? You told me to do another stamina resolve.
Yes, I did. Okay, oh, that's a brutal outcome. Oh my god. We have 2 panicky Garous here, and one of them is now out of willpower. This is going great, you guys. This is going really great. This is really a Mission Impossible group here. Yeah. Yeah, Miles is just absolutely unfazed by all of this, and so is Buggy. How about Austin? Can you regain control of yourself?
Probably not.
Probably not. Actually, you can. Look at that. I'm going to say that you will regain control over yourself.
Question. If I use my gift to share willpower, would that help him calm down?
No, but it will help him use willpower.
Could he theoretically do a roll to help me calm down, or?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just bringing up ideas, man.
Yeah.
No,
like,
to
it's
calm
kind of
down, like, to do that kind of thing, what is it, that Song of... Oh, we have Runs to Fire. We have her... No, it's a Rite of Tranquility, isn't it? Which... That just removes rage from you. It doesn't actually calm anyone down, as such. That is a vampire power, though, to remove, like, frenzy and stuff. It's in animalism. So, I don't think you have any gifts for that.
Alright, and I guess it is what it is.
Indeed.
Yeah, I guess I'll describe the panic attack if you want me to. Or not.
Okay, yeah, describe a panic attack. Go ahead, True Strike.
Alright, so True Strike, as he's digging, just goes from, like, digging it at a normal pace to just suddenly just, like, speeding up his pace and just breathing rapidly, and he just starts barking a little bit, translated just him saying, "Fuck! God damn it!"
The typical wolf sound or canine sound for being panicked is something more like an whining sound. And tail between your legs, which truly looks a bit pathetic on a get. If your mentor saw you now, he'd be sorely disappointed.
Oh yeah, very disappointed.
Very. This is going great for... So while these guys are trying to dig themselves out of the literal underground, having no idea of where their tunnel is right now, Skitters is moving through...
At this point, has, like, Blue Ledger seen this shit and decided to help?
Maybe? Yeah, I think, yes. I think they would have. She can take half and have 3 successes on her awareness check, so I think they're going to come to your aid. Oh my god. Which means that you have witnesses to this.
You're going to regret saying that, Jake. You're going to get so much honor and glory and wisdom minuses.
You know what? One of this group here is, in fact, a Ragabash.
Oh my god, I have to kill him after this is over. I have to kill him. We have to kill his entire pack, dog. We can't let this get out.
Alright. Meanwhile, Skitters, you are inside here. What was your last question again? Remind me.
I wanted to go down to the basement.
Okay. Down to the basement. And you are sneaking, and you are being blurred of the milky-eyed as well. So you have, like, all the possible covers that you can get.
Yeah. And it's possible if they see me on camera, they just think I'm a janitor. It's not like they have an inside memory of which janitor should be where.
This is true. You have the janitor's uniform, and you are hard to spot. The basement here turns out to be mostly machinery and stuff.
Okay.
So there's no actual patient here that you can find, which is interesting.
Okay,
for
let's
a center
go
of
to the
psychiatric
second
studies.
floor or the first floor, the one above the ground.
Indeed, and once again, no patients. There's a computer lab and some other, like there's a chemistry lab up there, but no patient.
Oh shit.
There is also here, let's see now, you'll find, it's not completely empty in here. There are, in the chemistry lab, you will find people in white coats who are 1, 2, or 3 people in white coats. They're doing some kind of work in there. And there are also there's like 2 security guards in here who are just by the door to the entrance to buzz people in and out.
Oh. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the guy's office and try to do an investigation check there to see if I find anything about where this Jane Doe could be.
That is not a terrible idea. He said, let's leave you there for the moment, digging through papers, while the rest of the group here are digging their way out somehow. Let's go for another round of rolls here. True Strike will need to calm himself down somehow, and
I guess that would be composure resolve.
yes, please.
How many successes?
I want 3 because I'm a cruel and heartless man.
Okay, is there any way someone could help me? Because otherwise I can't do
So
it.
what do you need exactly?
They'll make it. Wait, motherfuckers.
What?
I was gonna say something. I was gonna say just take half rather than risking like.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just take half. She
Jesus
takes half. Yes, she takes half.
Christ. Miles, what the fuck?
Miles has walked to run out.
Everybody.
So what am I supposed
Okay.
to roll again? I kind of lost the point of the last one. I'm supposed to roll.
3 out of 4 getting brutal outcomes trying to dig in. Okay, this is as much a failure as it possibly can be. I think you're gonna dig yourself out of the ground in a huge panic attack here, and Miles is gonna manage to touch the fence as you break free from the dirt, but still on the outside because you have completely messed up everything here with this work. Ow! Bzzzt! You're gonna get a little bit zapped, Miles.
To be fair, this has gone about as expected for usual operations.
This is exactly not what we wanted.
Yeah, so after Jake is out of the tunnel, he'll take a few deep breaths.
We touched the fence, actually.
That would have been Miles.
Okay.
At this stage, you're all in a big pit close to the fence, and you didn't actually get all the way through because of all these terrible rolls.
And True Strike will just say, the situation is snafu.
And you're going to find Blue Ledger here together with a guy you haven't seen before, who is also standing there and, like... Blue, these are the Hel Walkers? These can't be the Hel Walkers, he says. Blue? And she's just, yeah, okay.
Jake will try to defend himself by saying, believe it or not, this is how our operations usually go.
Nah, I'm even more worried taking over this pack. If this is our luck.
Yeah, Stone's being ow! Zapped by the electric fence as you come out, and yeah, here we are outside the electric fence, and things have been going great, just great.
We're gonna have to head back in there in a moment. We need a moment first, though.
You want to dig through again?
We were nearly through. I feel like as long as we take it slow for the rest of it, carefully, rather than just pulling random shit like you did, I feel like we'll get through it.
Hey, I'm not a digger, so... There's only much I can do.
Well, I mean, do you have any other idea, wise guy?
Unfortunately, unless the Skitters can turn off the gate, no.
Then I guess we keep digging.
I was looking at Miles. He didn't take that much damage, so...
No, it was mostly just a discouraging thing. This fence is not going to kill you immediately upon touch, because I think that would be maybe hazardous for the guards.
What's a little 8,000 gigabytes? No, gigavolts on my fat.
Or gigabolts. Volts.
Gigavolts. I'm pretty sure that fucking vaporize you.
That's a
Exactly. It's
not actually the volts that kill you.
It's the amps. Yeah.
So, yeah, because like big overhead power lines, the biggest kind, they're like 500,000 volts, and they will kill you, but they're like a massive amperage as well. Like a taser can have 500,000 volts as well, but it's just like a millionth of an amp, so it just leaves you on the floor twitching.
Do you say that in or out of character?
I actually could have said that in character.
Yeah. Miles knows that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so True Strike will just look at Source Viewer for a bit and go, it's actually kind of interesting shit.
Does that help right now, though?
Yeah, it doesn't help, but that was actually very interesting.
It is, it was.
4 wolves, 6 wolves now, provided that Blue and Daz are in wolf form, hanging out and chatting to each other outside a fence, while Skitters is in an office and checking out what's going on. By the way, what?
I was just gonna say that everyone, once we head back in to dig, just do not roll the dice, just take half.
Roll the dice! Roll the dice!
If I see you rolling dice, I will find your home in real life and I will scalp you.
It fuels the drama, dang it. This has not quite been Ocean's 11, has it?
I was thinking more of the frickin' Bennett Hills theme when we were doing this, honestly, instead of Ocean's 11. So I fully expect it to fail, so I'm not sure what you're going on about.
I thought it was gonna go terribly as well, but like, it was our best option.
Skitters, since you are able to search through this office without interruptions and quietly and blurred and so on, I'm just going to let you succeed in looking through the various binders and everything here with Dr. Hergmann. And there is actually nothing in here that would lead you to believe that Hergmann has done any reporting on the Jane Doe. There's a lot of other psychiatric literature in here, which for you reads as Greek because you have Intelligence Science 1, so you have no idea what all those mathematics and chemical formulas and all that very fancy language about various diagnoses and so on means, but you don't have anything saying we have a really weird patient that imparts hallucinations upon us so far. On the other hand, that might just be your terrible intelligence science.
That's true. Like, I was hoping that I could actually just find rumors and not actually have to look through stuff and stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I realize that.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, so do we need violence, or can we keep it secret? How many rooms are there actually on the first floor?
Not that many, actually. There are 3 more offices here.
I guess I may as well go and check them and see if they say anything about weird patient or something like that.
Indeed. Breaking into those offices is going to be easier than breaking into the building itself. So now we're talking like 4 success or something, which for you is, yeah, exactly, I was going to say. It's for you is Tuesday. You will be able to manipulate the tumbler locks and everything here and get yourselves inside the other offices. There are 2 others. One is Marsha Catford, says director on her door, and the other one is Kelly Edwards.
Marsha Catford is the director. Okay, that's something anyway. Director. Marsha Catford of the psychiatric. She doesn't happen to have her whole address written down somewhere, does she?
What was that? She doesn't have her...
The home address where she lives?
Yes. Inside her office, you will certainly find documents to that effect. It's just a matter of time, really.
Okay, so I'm going to look for that as well as stuff about weird patients who do weird stuff.
Very well. I could take pity on you and allow you to roll intelligence investigation to find out about things in here instead of science. Because your science is terrible.
Intelligence.
It's not like I'm looking for science. I'm simply just looking for them talking about like.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm giving you intelligence and investigation instead of science.
Okay, that's a slightly better roll for me, I think.
It is a slightly better roll.
Right?
Not massively, but slightly better.
Yeah. In this life, one thing comes in the bank, larger amounts.
It will not be a bestial outcome because you can't roll another one that produces a bestial outcome. So that's something. I'm just gonna let this be a time lapse, basically. You are working on finding stuff here, and each roll produces. So The only really effect here is you taking more time searching through stuff. But thanks to your exceptional powers to remain hidden, so far, nobody has found you. You are a very advanced Nosferatu. Or...
Zero murders so far.
0 murders so far! We have to commend that.
We do?
Yeah! Skitters hasn't killed a single person so far.
I mean, that's a good day. Like,
It
he
is a good
never
day.
used to kill people before he became a werewolf. And then he started killing a lot of people.
Exactly.
Goodness.
Outside the
Don't worry,
compound,
I'll-
now we're taking half on our athletics checks, aren't we?
Yep, low and slow, man.
Okay, so basically, I'm just going to advance the clock for an hour to let you all dig through this, in fact, a little bit more. And where are you going to pop out on the other side? See how kind and magnanimous your storyteller is.
So that's the 3. I got to 3 in a row.
I am just in awe over the fact of how poorly your break-in attempt has gone, and Skitters has no idea about it, and he's just rummaging through the various files and everything while you're working on it. So I'm going to say that you're going to pop up
Around here, since this here is the fence, so probably maybe the bushes.
Yeah, it works.
Do we know which building? Or wait, now that the tunnel is built,
Built. You've managed to crawl through the dirt and out the other side.
yeah. So I
Took
guess
you a
that's-
couple of hours, which is not ideal, but you did it eventually.
So what advice? What's the plan? Do we head back and do a quick prep, or do we do it here? Wait,
Yes.
you have that body paint, right?
Yeah.
Now would be a good time to use it, just in case.
Let's see, what, out of character, what is that body paint? I have in my notes, I just have it open. Hang on a second.
Anyone who does it melts into a small puddle of... No. It has a diagram on a piece of buffalo hide, and it's basically a bunch of talents. You can, if you're drawing a star around each eye, you get basically scent of the true form. If you draw an arrow on the forehead, you get stare down. When you're doing claw marks on the chest, you get 1 level of mystical scar tissue armor, and that's it.
I feel like we should all get some armor, since if they see us, they might shoot at us.
They would definitely shoot at us.
Yeah. How about we apply it to each other real quick?
Yeah, we can do that. Very skinship and all that.
So, 4 applications out of 10 used.
Oh yeah, we have. I don't know
No,
why.
but you are 4 right now. 3, no,
Yes.
4, yeah, exactly, you're 4 right.
In general, I feel like I always have 4.
No, you
I'm
have
4
5
years
people
old.
in the back.
I am too, honestly.
I don't know why I said that.
Can I use my sorry, my panic attack still activates, so I had to think about what I'm going to say.
That makes sense.
Let's see, what the fuck is it called again? Oh, sorry, nope, gifts, there we go. Pack instinct, so I can sense how, not pinpoint, but generally sense how Skitters is doing.
Absolutely. Let's see now. Free or 1 willpower to do...
Free version, just to see.
You have always a general sense of physical and well-being of your pack members. Skitters is fine right now. As far as his mental will be, maybe not completely fine. He has been a little bit stressed out because he's taken some willpower damage. So you will notice that Skitters has been a little bit stressed out. But compared to the absolute exhaustion and panic attack and so on that yourself, and you're okay now, aren't you, Austin?
Yeah, let's go with that. Sure.
Okayer. Not,
There you go, that's better.
yeah, okayer. But True Strike is still, the adrenaline flowing through his body, you could feel it secondhand almost. The onslaught of his panic through that bond, which has to be an uncomfortable feeling.
Also, you feel quite a bit of rage. 4 points.
Yeah, that makes sense. On the other hand, yeah, so you will know, basically, mechanically, you will know that True Strike is now willpower impaired, but nobody else in the pack is. Though some of you have definitely used some willpower, taken some willpower. I think everybody has taken some superficial willpower damage so far. And some of you have also a little bit of physical discomfort from not Skitters, but the rest of the pack because of the suffocation underneath the ground. But not so much that it's actually going to hurt you. In other words, everybody's taken at least 1 point of superficial damage. Some of you have taken a couple.
And Austin's going to look at a true strike and their rest and say, Skitter's doing better than we are. He's fine so far. As far as I can tell. Just a little bit of a maybe stress or panic. But he seems to be fine physically anyway, so we should probably not try to create too much of a ruckus.
I have a question, boss. Actually, out of character, first of all, I have a question for the game map.
Oh.
Is the tunnel stable enough for us to return and move around it a bit? Like, if we return, would the tunnel just collapse in on us, or...?
There's always the risk. In other words, if you're rolling brutal outcomes on a I am running away from here roll, Dex Athletics or whatever to escape the guards, a collapse could well happen.
Alright.
Because let's just say that you haven't been able to do the finest engineering here.
Yeah. So I guess in character I'll just say, Skitters was going to rendezvous with us after his scouting, right?
I believe so, yes.
So in that case, then, should we just head back through the tunnel we've already made and just wait for him?
Well, he doesn't seem to be in trouble so far, and if we go deeper within the facility right now, we'll only cause a lot more trouble for him, especially since he's counting ahead of us. So
Or
the
actually,
best thing...
how about instead of going for the tunnel right now, we just rest here in the bushes and hope for the best?
Yeah, just keep ourselves hidden for now. If we'll find the bushiest bush or any of the sort and just keep hidden for now. And make yourself small. Or
The bushy bush. I dig it.
the moment that I feel that the Skitters is in danger, then we can move out and I can track him down. Although you don't seem to be looking pretty well, honestly.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a quick rest before the action really starts.
Then I'm gonna look around to see where's the heaviest foliage that can keep us more or less hidden
Very
from
well.
any guard. And once we find it, I will direct the rest to basically rest because they all look, even myself, look a bit exhausted while we wait for Skitters for news.
Very good. Yeah, that makes sense.
Where
Meanwhile,
we are here, can we see any signs in this high security area of what it is?
no. All you can see is it has its guardhouse, and of course there's lights everywhere where you can enter the buildings.
That's kind of cool, though.
But you'd have to sneak around to that. There's no signage on this fencing internally saying what the functionality might be in here.
Let's keep ourselves hidden and rest so you can catch up with your breath. And once everybody's hidden, more or less, Austin's gonna continue just keep an eye on Skitters to see if anything changes.
Very well. Meanwhile, in a hallway not too far away, actually it's a series of offices, isn't it? Because we are in fact... Alright, so yeah, you are going into the offices of one Marsha Catford, aren't you, Skitters? Director. And again, it's going to take a while for you to look through all the documents here. Who knows how long? We can determine that by making another intelligence investigation check. You have one success so far. It's a very clean and orderly office. Dominating one wall is a large blackboard with a rough graph labeled events on one axis and time on the other.
Oh?
Yep.
What kind of events?
It doesn't say.
Alright. That's bad legending. I must complain to her later on.
That is fair. You can roll... Oh, yeah, no. Wits and size isn't going to help you very much. Though you might roll 2 towns. We never know.
I'm looking for clues. I'm not really doing any science. I'm not trying to figure out
Fair enough.
Like,
Fair
well-
enough.
what's the actual psychological problems here. I'm just trying to find out where this person. There are any references to.
Yeah, I'm just imagining Skitters looking at the documents, going blah blah blah, something who gives
Yeah.
a shit. That big.
Or if I can't find that, I'd like to try to find this woman's address, so maybe I can find her and talk to her.
Very well. You will, in fact, find a neat stack of paper on the desk. The cover page reads, Preliminary Report on Physiologically Induced Perception Projection.
Oh, that sounds. Yeah, I'm gonna read that.
Yeah, it's going to take you a while to read it in full because there's a lot of pages here. And it's going to test your intelligence and science.
Wait, actually, no. I'm going to put that in my pocket. The whole thing.
The whole thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a lot of documents.
Yeah, fold them up. Each piece of paper can be folded up 7 times. Put them in different pockets.
Yeah, I mean, you don't doubt that you have enough pockets. So basically, you're going to shove them inside your pants lining, basically.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this is probably, what could it be? Maybe a 30-page paper or something like that. It would take a proper scientist a couple of hours to read through it, basically. But yeah, you will have to read later on, or someone with some science skills will have to read it. But you have it inside your pant lining, and
okay. Now that I'm going to try. Can I roll? Let's see. Dex plus investigation to look for clues to where this person lives.
I think it's more wits, isn't it? Why would it be Dex?
Because I'm physically searching. Never mind. Wits is fine.
Yeah, that would be better.
Does the graph on the wall at least have a mark of what time units are measured in? If it's days, months, whatever.
I'm gonna say that.
Oh, yeah. He
Wow.
locked in.
Okay, Skitters is locked in. Okay, look at that. With 6 successes, you find out everything you need to find here. This is the kind of role we're looking for, isn't it, Skitters? Skitters saves the pack, doesn't he? While the rest of you are fumbling around. And
Look at this! I've gotten less with 12, 13 dice. I rolled 4 dice and they're each success.
yep,
That is, and 3 out of 4 criticals. That's
Yep.
ridiculous. I'm just gonna.
You're getting that experience point, man.
yep. He's getting all the XP this session, and the wisdom, and all of it. Alright, Skitters, you are going to find a couple of interesting clues as you are looking through some other documentation here. It's more administrative ledger, or maybe a schedule. You will find that a subject named Jane Doe is apparently in Building 5.
Building 5, yes! Oh, but wait, that's another 7 to get in. At least, but I'm in the right direction.
And you will also absolutely find the home address of Marsha Catford.
Okay, great. That's good for a backup.
I think so. That means that Skitters is probably gonna leave this whole compound and get out. Or no, maybe not. He's gonna look for Building 5, aren't you?
I've been having a good day so far. How long have I been actually? Because if I've been.
You've been here 3 hours now in total.
Oh, fuck.
Because you've been looking through all the files, and you've been reading things. You've been reading a lot of things that didn't give you anything.
And I think 3 hours. I said I'd be in and out and 3 hours is a ridiculous amount of time. I think, knowing how hard it was to break in here, I'd have to chance my arm again to break into Building 5. That might be all kinds of security I don't know about yet. And Building 5 is a step in the right direction, at least I know we know she's in that building.
Yeah, Building 5 is, which you can tell from your investigations of various floor plans and whatnot, Building 5 is unfortunately going to be inside the walled off area, because of course it is.
Okay. Again, and that walled off area is not my friend either.
No.
So I think I'm going to say that this has been a successful infiltration. I have the information, I have Building 5, and the group can go with a raid based on that or whatever. It's up to Austin. So I'll jump out the window and
Regroup with the others is what it sounds like to me.
yeah, I'll jump out the window and I'll with the others.
Very well. You know what?
I like you get here's the deal. Like basically, after you leave, once you get to this part, the other Garou there tell you that we already built a tunnel.
We could do a mind speak for that. Let's see now. Send a message to Skitter's mind speaky way.
Or maybe once he's out of the building, maybe Frankie Scratch can tell him.
Buggy has a willpower.
We were discussing a tunnel even before we left. So this may just be a case of finding exactly where we dug it.
Buggy has mind speak and can just tell him where to go, because this is someone who she is familiar with. The distance isn't very far. It's going to be a difficulty 2 on her resolve and wisdom, which is, yeah, she can take half and succeed. So it's just a willpower point, and that way, like, it's a message coming from her mind to Skitter's mind saying, "We're over here," and so that way we can solve that. And you know what? I think this is honestly the perfect place for us to pause the story. So when you all regroup and when we have Buggy back with us, you can decide what to make of this new information, and how to not dig a tunnel is probably the name of this episode, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good name. How not to build a tunnel.
Oh, the 5-minute crafted wall.
It was amazing. 3 out of 4. That's the grade on the building. And we're gonna go raid Tales of Myth and Mayhem because we can. See everybody in a week from now. There we go.